Alright guys, on this tutorial I'll be showing you how to use a text effect PLP file. For those that want to use it on their designs, you'll be wondering how can these PLP files be used. Let's design and see how it's done. Now I'll be removing this design. This is just a little project I was working on, so I'll remove it to get a new project. I'll just take a default project. Now we have a blank space, so I'll just have to go get some things I'll apply here. So we have to go to the plus, and it brings out some option. So I'll go to my gallery, and it takes me directly to my download options. Now I'll go to my gallery because that's where I kept all my files on folders. So these are my files. All these are my files. So I just have to wait for them to load up. Now I think they've loaded up, so I just have to open the place where I have to bring the pictures from, and I'll be taking this one. Now I have it on my Pixellab, and I just have to select the good button, and there it is. So I just have to go to this third option that looks like a shield, and I'll take my size to relative size to, and I'll take it to 100. I'll take it to 100, and this is what I have. So what I'd like to do now is to relatively align this thing to a relative position. So I'll bring it down, I'll use the down part, and I'll use the center, so it's relatively positioned. Now if you look at this, we have the upper part of this background. The upper part of this background is not the same color with the one down. Now that's not a problem. What you have to do, you go to the fourth option. Now you have colors. Now you select your colors and you go for gradient. Now when you go for gradient, go for a gradient that flows from the left to the right, or from the right to the left. So you just have to take the plus button and we change. I think this is an option. This one flows from the center. This one flows from the left to the right. So we'll tap here and start from here. So what we just have to do now is change the color. So we use this color button that is down here by my right hand side, and we take it. So we use them, and when you look above, you see #0000. Those things are color code. We won't be typing in color code. We'll be using the first button that looks like a circle, not the one that looks like a pencil. So we'll take the one that looks like a circle, and we'll go to that picture, and we'll start from the left. Remember, we are changing color from the left. We are changing color from the right, and we'll start from the left, and we'll place it here, so that it will give us the exact color on this place. And here we go. I will come back to the right hand side and do the same thing. We'll select the color, we'll go to the circle, I will select that image, and we'll go to the right hand side and place it and suck the same color, and we'll place. I think we have a color now, so let's place it. You'll notice that this it matches in, but the center doesn't match in well. So what you have to do is you go back to the same color and select it again, that same color. So you now use this plus button above by my right hand side, this plus button above, and select the plus button. It brings out another option on the middle of this gradient pack. Now you see it on the center. This one that I'm moving left and right, you see it on the center. You just have to place it on the center, because it's the center part that doesn't match well. So what you do, you select a color for that center, you select the color, you take the sock pen, and you bring the same image and place it on the center, and it sucks the color on the center and place. And when you press OK, you will notice that this image matches well. It matches well. So you won't have to notice that it's not you will have to notice that we are not that was not how it was. So you just look at it, it matches well. Now this is what we're looking for. This is exactly what we're looking for. So we'll go back to the image, select it, and place it on a relative position. Place it on a relative position, and here we go. So you can decide to put the image downwards by using, okay, let's place it on a relative position. You can decide to place the image down by using this place the root position, not relative but just position. So you take it downwards. You take it downwards. I think this place is okay. So let's just leave it like this. So for us to bring our text effects, we just have to save this as a project. So we take we take the place that looks like a memory card slot and select it. If it brings us save as project, save as image, we take save as project. Now when we take save as project, we can type anything as project. Now okay, let's go happy. Let's take happy as our project name, and we'll save it so that we can be able to find it, because I have many projects saved here. So I think this is okay. So we select happy and we select it down. select it done, and this is okay. Now while it's saving, if you want to check the things you saved, you just have to go to your project. You come to this place that looks like 3 circles. It shows you a folder here. Now this is the project you saved on top. Now what we have to do now is bring in the PLP files. So for you to be able to get the PLP files, you go to the same project. Remember, for you to find it, is the first option on your Pixellab. You bring out, you see a place that has a drawing of a file, you bring it out. Now it brings out these things, all your projects you saved. Now on top, for those using on portrait mode, on top, because I'm using landscape, on top you will see a place they wrote PLP, and they used another symbol of 3 lines, one long, middle line and short line, and another option there is good button. So you just have to select the one they wrote PLP. Now you've selected it, you go to above your selection. There is an arrow that points upwards. Select that arrow. That arrow in Pixellab means back. So you select the arrow. Now you're on your file folder. Now you find your text effect, what you saved it with. Just like I saved mine with 12-pack Pixellab Text Effects. 12-pack Pixellab Text Effect. That's what I saved mine with. So I open it. These are all my text effects that I have on my phone. So the text effect we'll be using for this tutorial is banana text effect. And I just have to open. You can open only, or you can open and add, but let's open and add for some reasons. And you confirm, and it comes up. Now this is the banana text effect I did here on Pixellab. It's 100% editable. You can still use it for your designs, just like we're going to be using it on this design. So what you have to do is you go on your layers, this place, that place that has a layer. It has a layer. That is where you tap on your layers. Now you scroll up and you find those. Now it's a 3 layers text effect. That's why we have banana 1, banana 2, and banana 3. Now you would like to start from the one below. Start from the one below. You tap on it. It selects it. Now what will you do now? What you do now is very simple. Go to text options. Now this is your text option. This is your text options. Now on your text option they wrote something like A there. A. You go and you select styles. And when you select styles, it will bring out 2 options, browse and save. Select save. When you bring out save, it will give you save the current text as a new style. You take OK. Now you've saved the first one. You go back to the same layers. Now we saved the last one. You go back to the same layers and set the second to the last. The same process. You go to your styles. It brings out browse and save. You go to save and you select OK. Now you now save the last layer of the text effect, which is the one on top. Now when you go, you do the same thing. You go to your styles, you press your save, and it saves it. Now we'll go back to our project to bring it back. So what we have to do now is go back. Okay, cancel. What we have to do now is just to go back to our project. So I told you, if you want to find your project, you take the first option on your Pixellab arrangement below. Some on landscape, on portrait is below, on landscape is just here. So that place that has like 3 rings. So you go there, you see a place that has a symbol of eyes. You select it. Now when you select it, this is our project. We go back to our project, and here we have it. Here we have our project. So what I'll be doing now is type in a text. So I'll go to text symbol, and here we have a. So I'll select text, and it brings up an option for text. It writes new text. So I'll double tap it, and I'll start typing. And I'll type in happy. I'll type in happy, and I'll save. Now I have happy here. I just have to stretch it to the place I want to use it. Now this is happy. Now how will I apply those text effects on this happy? Is simple. Go back to that. Remember we are on text option. We are on text option, and these are the things that are on text option. For those of you using Pixellab, you know these things. So you just have to go to your styles. Go to styles. Instead of going for save, go for browse. So you go for browse. It brings us default styles. Don't go for default style. Go to my styles. Now when you go to my styles, you will see the 3 styles that you saved. You see the 3 styles that you saved. The first one is the one at the extreme. The second one is the one in the middle, and the third one, the last one which you saved was the one at the other extreme, at the left extreme. So you select the first layer because that's the one that will be on the bottom. So now we have it. So we just have to relative it to the center. I will relative it to the center, and we take OK. So what we will do, we'll copy this thing again because it's a 3 layers text effect. So we'll copy. we copy this happy and go to styles and browse again and go to my styles and select the second option. Now we have the second option. We relative it again to the center. We relative it again to the center. Oh, sorry. We relative it again to the center. We just have to use our position tool to position it downwards and place it well. I think we have something here. Position it well, and here we go. Now remember, it's a three layers text effect, so you have to copy again. Now we've copied again. We'll go back to our styles and we'll browse again. I will go to my styles. I will take the last option, the last layer, and you see this thing changes to the last layer. So you relative it to the center and position it well. And you position it well. So this is the center. And we just have to position it with our position tool, and we go one, yeah. We use our position tool to arrange it the way we want it to be. And I think we have a text effect applied on this design. Now when you look at this happy, it has a cutoff at the Y edge. It has a cutoff. So what you have to do is simply you go to your layers option, and brings out the first text effect. Now we forgot to lock this design. So this is where this place that looks like a key, that is where you lock. So we've locked it. Now. We've locked this picture here. It's no more going to shift left or right. So what you do, you selected the bottom part of the text effect. So what you do, you go to edit and you give it a space. Give it a space at the left and give it a space at the right. And you select OK. Now you see that edge cutout is no more there. Now you do the same thing to the three layers. Now you go back there, you select edit and give it a space at the left and give it a space at the right. Just one tap is okay. And you go back to the last part of the text effect, the last layer. You select edit. You give it a space at the left and also give it a space at the right. Give it a space at the left and give it a space at the right, and we are good. Now you can see it looks better now. It looks very better. So you lock your text effect. I think we still need to add a little more something here. Okay. Now if you want to move your text effect around without changing the shape and the positioning, you go to your layers. Go to layers. You have a place that has good sign and the dash and X sign and the dash. What you have to take is you tap on it. It brings out option to mark. Now I'm going to select the three text effects and I select it. Now you see a place that has a phone symbol and a pencil by the side. You select that place and you take the four arrow pointing upward, left, right, and down. That is our position 2. You select it. It brings our position 2. So we can easily move these text effects, all of them at once, upward, downward, or to the left. Now you can see it. So I think we'll place it somewhere around here or here. Now this text effect brings in everything it has, including its shadow. It is 100% editable. Everything it has, it brings it in. So we have happy, and I think we're done. So what do we have to do? We just have to go and save. We'll go and save. You can save your changes so that you can use it editable for next time, or you can just save it to your gallery. I remember while saving on Pixellab, while saving images on Pixellab, remember to save them as Ultra. So you go here, this place the road default, you scroll up, you get your Ultra, and you save. You save to your gallery. It renders it until it gets it saved. Now this tutorial, I believe it was very helpful. Now that is how to use your Pixellab text effects. Go download some text effects, or you can even make some for yourself and save them and use them later on other designs. It is always helpful. Thank you and God bless you.